Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Nikki Haley and Trump and the Republican presidential primary, how it's going. We're going to answer some questions about why Haley is staying in and why she is making the jokes that she is making. So there are a lot of people at this point who have just assumed that Trump is some unstoppable force. He's going to get the Republican nomination, and there's nothing Haley can do about it, so she just needs to drop out. She has made it pretty clear she has no intention of doing this and that she plans on staying in indefinitely. Okay, so let's start there. Why? Because she might end up winning. And there's a bunch of ways that could occur. It is important to remember that while Trump and his base are running around saying, oh, yeah, he's winning all the time. No, he's losing all the time. He is a consistent loser. And he is facing civil cases, criminal cases, just all kinds of things, any of which could realistically knock him out of the primary completely. The idea that he is unstoppable it's what the kids would call cope. He's not. He's actually incredibly weak. He is incredibly weak. He is coasting on an energized base that is ignorant of politics. That's the reality. Now, is that enough to win the primary? Sure, it really is. If none of these things knock him out of the race, he very well might get the nomination. He'll get the Republican nomination, and then he will lose spectacularly in the general. And that's why she's making jokes. The question that came in was why she keep joking about his performance in the general. Those aren't jokes. They're not jokes. One of the more recent posts from her, it's a Halloween costume from Spirit Halloween. Obviously, it's not real, just to be clear. But it's Trump, and the name of the costume is Weakest General Election Candidate Ever. Includes $50 million in legal fees, terrible poll numbers, social media rants, temper tantrums. Not included is a private jet and Diet Coke. The reason she's making jokes about that is because they're not jokes. She polls way better when it comes to the general election. Nikki Haley has a better chance of beating Biden than Trump does, substantially. And this isn't just based off of long-term poll numbers, like looking ahead, all of that kind of stuff, which we've talked about. They're kind of worthless. It's mainly based on the fact that she captures centrist. She captures independents. Trump doesn't. Trump can't win without those. If Trump doesn't get the independents, he loses again. He continues his long trend of leading the Republican Party to defeat after defeat, underperformance after underperformance. That's why she's saying that. It's not actually a joke. She's putting it out there in a humorous way. But the reality is, she is the stronger candidate against Biden. Because the Republican Party is short on leadership. The base that doesn't really understand politics as far as the way the different groups of people that have to be brought together to win. Okay? They don't really have a firm grasp, if any, grasp on that topic. They think because he gets support among the Republican Party that he can win. They think because there's flags up that say, vote Trump, he can win. That's not the reality. This is reflected when they say things like, and half the country supports Trump. No, that's not even close to reality. Because half the country isn't Republican. And not even all Republicans support Trump. In the general election, he's a losing candidate. because he cannot appeal to independents, because they're not blinded by partisan politics. They can see past that. So they know he was a horrible president. They're not going to make the same mistake again. It's really that simple. That's why she's staying in. That's why she's making the statements that she is. Realistically, something could knock him out of the race. As long as she stays in, she'll get the nomination. If not, she gets to pull a giant "I told you so" when he loses, and it positions her for her next run. She is playing politics on a level above most people in the Republican Party, to the point they don't even understand what she's doing. If Trump gets the nomination and loses, she is the presumptive nominee for the next election. She's smarter than most of the Republicans, most of the conservative pundits that are telling her to drop out. They don't know how to play politics. She does. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.